What a special treat. I started this morning on the other side of the U.S. in North Carolina. That's a long ways away. A long ways away. And now I'm thinking, okay, where is Reunion this year? It's in North Carolina. Yeah. So I just did the flight. It's doable. And you'll be a little bit tired, but not that much, because when you walk into the room, people will start cheering for you, like give you a standing ovation sometimes. Oh my goodness, and then you just forget how tired you are, and it's all good. Oh, it is so good to be here with all of you today. Now, I circled Calgary early because I wanted to be here. It has been a little bit since I've been here last. And Canada has a very special place in my heart because that was my first job at Scentsy. Believe it or not, it was to open up Scentsy Canada way back when in 2009. That was a long time ago. Yeah, it was very special. Some of you who signed up in 2009, stand up so I can see you guys. I know you're out there. Oh, what a special time. Oh, the ups and downs. And oh my goodness, it was challenging. And I think back of that time compared to, hey, let's throw a pandemic and inflation and everything else in the world going on right now. I'm like, man, there is no normal time ever that we get to live through anymore. It is all about managing life and trying to figure out how do we refill our cups, right? Because it's going to drain constantly, and you have to figure that out for yourselves and how that works. You do that for me. You fill my cup, and I get so excited, and that's why I love this job so much. A couple of weeks ago, how was World Tour? Was it good today? Good. It was bad, then I didn't know where to start. But a couple of weeks ago, I was kicking off World Tour in Europe. And I went to the UK, and there's a couple special people in the UK, in London, serving a little church mission for 3 years, right? I was able to visit Heidi and Orville Thompson, co-owners of Scentsy, who are spectacular, amazing people, right? Those that have met them, they are really, truly special. And I know there's probably many of you in here that have never met them before. They are truly special. They set up this company. They set the values of Scentsy, right? Simplicity, authenticity, generosity. They set our motto of contribute more than you take. Being able to expand yourself and uplift others helps you stretch and expand yourself, right? Living a life of gratitude like they shared in the videos earlier today. All of those things were set up to build this amazing community and culture that thrives because of you. Not because of Heidi and Orville, not because of Scentsy, because we all play a part of it, and we all have that gravity sense of culture in what you do for Scentsy, and that is something really, really special. My visit there was to kick off World Tour, but it was really, really special to spend some time with them. So I know what works well with Heidi and Orville. We went out to get some food first before we got into talking. So at a barbecue restaurant, a Korean barbecue restaurant in London, England, we were sitting together and we spent 6 hours together just catching up and chatting about what's happening in the world, what's happening at Scentsy, what's happening with consultants, what's happening at the home office, and it was pretty spectacular, as you can imagine. Now, I get to call them, I get to text them, anytime I want, so that's kind of nice. But in person, it's something a little bit more, and you can just feel their love and their gratitude for everything that's happening. And as I was doing that, we came across just one discussion talking about how or what is it that gets people to move, to react, to change behavior, to find that self-motivation, right? Like, if you could buy self-motivation, would you buy it? Raise your hands. Yeah, please. Can we grow that on trees, please? Or better put, would you, if you could, buy it and then give it to your team members? Would you do that? Yeah, you're like, Don't look at your team members right now. Like, if you could, that would be pretty incredible, right? And that's really what it's all about, is finding out what that self-motivation is to get you up and to move and to react and to change behavior. So we started talking about this, and it was a spectacular conversation that came down to two things that is going to make a difference. Two things, okay? The very first thing for that self-motivation to get you up and moving and to get you out of your chair to change your life was first to understand what's at stake, okay? In Scentsy terms, we talk a lot about this of knowing your why, okay? Knowing your why, or what is at stake. Now, if you do know that, then that's going to be the core of everything you're going to do. Now, that's going to change. How many have signed up with Scentsy because you love the product? Right. That why could have been because you have an addiction or a healthy habit of using fragrance. Not an addiction, right? I mean, you love the fragrance. Like, if you know that's the purpose of signing up, then you get a discount. That's a simple why. But the power of fragrance, especially right now in the world we live in, to uplift people's lives, to help them remember emotions and stories in their own lives, that is a powerful why. And many of us may have started with that why, but let me fast forward a little bit. You don't have to do a show of hands, but how many of you or team members or someone you've talked to have noticed that when you join Scentsy, you get a sense of community? Something bigger than you are, something that you can participate in, that all of a sudden, if you're surrounded with kids, which I have 3, and my youngest is 3 years old, and sometimes if you just spend all your time with the 3-year-old, you want to talk with older people. Sometimes. How important is that? Now, what if that was your why? And all of a sudden you realize the most important thing in the life that we have right now is our relationships with others. Then all of a sudden we understand that why could have changed from fragrance to I'm starting to build a team, and I have other people that I can talk with, right? That I have other people that help me achieve my goals, that I can help them achieve their goals. For those of that have team members, one of the greatest things that will fill your cup is to help your team member succeed. Am I right? Like, doesn't matter what they do, right? It is helping them succeed. And when they succeed, you feel like you're walking on clouds. And that is something special. Understanding your why. If it was fragrance to uplift people right now in a time of exhaustion, and it's kind of sad sometimes, people need that uplift. If it's a time to help reach out to other people, to be part of your team, to help them, and to be a part of that yourself, how big and important is that why? But that still may change. Some of you have built amazing organizations in this very room that have done incredible things and reached the highest of potential in what you thought was possible. Now, building an organization is something unique and very special, and that why can change yet once more in building a team. And when you do that, all of a sudden you realize this entire path that you have been on with Scentsy, which maybe started with an addiction, a healthy addiction. I gotta think of a better word. An obsession. An obsession. Oh, it's an addiction. It's okay. There are good things to be addicted to. And Scentsy fragrance is one of them. So what may have started that way, that turned into maybe 3 or 4 different whys along the way, all of a sudden you find yourself that you were on this path that has changed your trajectory. Right? Without Scentsy, you may be living a life that just goes day to day, that you're in the same path over and over again, that you'd realize, okay, I'm feeling exhausted. You know, I get up, I go to work, I come back from work, and with the family, I got all of these responsibilities, rinse and repeat every single day, over and over again. Is that going to fill your cup? There are certain activities that will fill your cup, those relationships with others. That can happen anywhere, at any time, at any place, right? So those things can help you fill your cup. But on that trajectory with Scentsy, doesn't matter if you were very first into Scentsy only a few months ago, or you've been here for 5 or 10 years, or since 2009, 13 years, thank you, almost 14 years. Doesn't matter, that journey, you have been on a different trajectory. Where you would have been before and to where you are now is completely different. And that is because you're not living that day-to-day life. You understand what is at stake, what that motivation was to come here, because you had to get up early to come here. Am I right? Yeah. Now just apply that to the Eastern time zone, and that's the time I got up. Like we all had that self-motivation to arrive at Scentsy World Tour. Right? That is what I'm talking about. You had that self-motivation. Now, it could have been your partner or a team member that really, got you out of bed. But it is that motivation. It is that self-motivation that is existing. And that's what we need to capture. That's what we need to share with our teams from World Tour. That's what we talked about today with all of the new products coming out in these collections and these new licenses and these new fragrances. That's what we're talking about, to be able to get up and to share it with other people. Because you know what's at stake. You know the why. You need to help others find their why. And then the second part of that self-motivation to be able to act, you ask your question, what if? What if you don't do anything for that other person? What if you don't do anything, that's just fine, nothing will change, right? Live your life day to day, nothing changes. What if you do something about it? What if you don't have that fear or that fear in your heart that keeps you from sharing it with other people, but that you really, really know that they can benefit from that Scentsy community, from fragrance, from being a leader, from helping them reach their highest potential that they never thought possible. And when you connect those two of what's at stake and their why to what if I do something about it, then you find that motivation. That's why you're all here. You just may not know it, because it's hard to put into words, right? Whatever that Scentsy spirit is, whatever that Scentsy community is, that feeling that makes Scentsy so great, that makes you come to this on a Saturday and wake up early and spend time with us, it is something magical. And this is a great month because we have an incredible join promotion that you guys already know about, right? It's transition month. And for the very first time, we put in 10 of our Scentsy bars in our starter kits, right? Recruiting is starting to pick up. I don't know if you've noticed that for you and your teams, that recruiting is just starting to pick up. In 2022, we saw that, hey, we're still trying to figure out what this new normal is. 2023, we're starting to figure out, okay, this is our new normal. Apparently, inflation is something we should get used to, right? Or hey, this is life now. We need to adjust and to change. And now people are asking themselves, what do I need to do to refill my cup? And you haven't. You know what it is. It's at your fingertips, and we have a joint promotion, and we have Scentsy, and we have this amazing community with all of you in it, which is absolutely, absolutely incredible. I love being here. I love Scentsy, if you can't tell. I love Scentsy. It is absolutely amazing, and I love being here with you all today. I think we have one more really fun thing to do before we let you guys go. Can I, Jeff, get up here? I think we're going to all do this together. Is this fair? Okay. Wait, did you have anything else to say? Or did I just come in and interrupt? Because I do that sometimes.
No, you covered it.
I covered it?
Dan. And I will just add real quickly, we're so grateful that you were here with us today. We spent the whole day together, and we're grateful for the opportunity, and so grateful for Dan for being here